All right, so this is going to be an article from CNN, and apparently Italy is going to be locking down again. So Italy prepares for an Easter lockdown as COVID-19 cases grow exponentially. This is about Italy, and so you might want to know about this, guys. This is going to be huge, major news. They are locking down again. They are locking down again. Italy is facing another lockdown as the government attempts to contain a recent surge of coronavirus cases marred by the presence of new variants. Half of Italy's 20 regions, which includes the cities Rome, Milan, and Venice, will be entering new coronavirus restrictions from Monday, March 15th. The measures will be effective through April 6th, according to a decree passed by Italian Italian Prime Minister Mario Draghi on Friday. So again, they're entering a lockdown again. When the coronavirus, when freaking COVID-19 first hit Italy, it was rough, man. Italy lost a lot of people. So you got to understand, they don't want to take another chance with that. They have new variants out there that are spreading faster. And we are not 100% sure that these vaccines are effective against these variants. And even then, these vaccines are just annual. They don't give you protection forever. They simply don't. And there's some companies out there, some health so-called health experts who claim that, listen, if you know anything about the flu or the cold or viruses like this, you would have realized a long time ago this is going to be an annual shot. Coronavirus is not going away. It's going to mutate several times throughout the freaking years, decades, and however else long it just remains here. We are stuck with this. This is the new reality. Now, I'm not sure if we're going to be walking around with masks and lockdowns, but coronavirus is here to stay. In regions demarcated as red zones, people will be unable to leave their houses except for work or health reasons, with all non-essential shops closed. In orange zones, people will also be banned from leaving their town and their region, except for work or health reasons. And bars and restaurants will only be allowed to do delivery and takeaway service. Affected regions will be labeled red or orange, depending on the level of contagion. Regions that report weekly COVID-19 cases of more than 250 per 100,000 residents will also automatically go into lockdown, meaning that other regions could also be affected during this time period. So right now, they're not taking it. They're not taking any chances, man. I gotta say, I totally get why. And again, there's gonna be people out there saying, "Oh, this is stupid, this is dumb." Italy lost a lot of people. Again, I want you guys to see this. I want to see what is Italy's death toll. COVID-19. Let's just see what was the death toll. What was the overall death toll? They had 102,000 deaths. Wow, with 3.18 million cases. You have more than 102,000 deaths in a country like Italy in just a year's time, from one source. Yeah, that's when you add that on top of the other things that normally kill people, you can see the problem here. The health ministry said that the aim of the measures is to get the R rate, the number of people that one infected person will pass the virus onto, down to 1. Additionally, over Easter weekend, the entire country will be considered a red zone. It will be subject to a national lockdown from April 3rd to the 5th. So that is, I know a lot of people are going to be very upset by this, but you got to understand the position that they're in, man. I mean, you got that many deaths and you got these new variants popping up, man. It spooks people. It spooks people. And I totally get the reason why they're not taking chances. I don't blame them. I would do the exact same thing. The Italian prime minister said the coronavirus measures are necessary because we are unfortunately facing a new wave of infections 1 year after the start of the pandemic. The country's R rate is now 1.6, with coronavirus variants increasing the spread of the virus, according to the health ministry. The variant B.1.1.7, which was first identified in the UK, is also now prevalent in the country, according to the health ministry, who also said that they are worried about the presence of small clusters of the Brazilian variant. The UK variant was originally found to be more easily transmissible. And the new data published in the medical journal, the the BMJ supports the claims from UK officials based on preliminary data that the variant may be more deadly as well. Wow. So again, when you have a variant and you got studies out there saying, hey, this variant might be more deadly than anything that we've seen before, even if you get the virus. And I remember I was reading that part too. They were saying that there's a chance that vaccines may not work completely against these new variants because, again, you're only talking about an efficacy that is under 100%. So either way you look at it, these new variants, we don't know much about them because they just popped up, man. They just popped up. So you don't know if those vaccines are only effective for like a month, 2 months, 3 months with these new variants. You have no idea. And until more research is done, there is no such thing as over preparation being too hazardous. Meanwhile, the variant first reported in Brazil, known as P1, may be up to 2.2 times more transmissible and could evade immunity from previous COVID-19 infection by up to 61%, according to a modeling study released earlier this month by researchers in Brazil and the UK. Speaking at a vaccination center at Rome's Fiumicino, I want to say, airport on Friday, the prime minister said he understands the toll that the lockdowns take on society, but the upcoming measures were a necessary step to ensure the situation didn't further get worse. And I get it. You know, I totally get the reason why he's doing this. And I know people on the right are going to be are going to be upset. How could you shut down the country? But people have to kind of get that this man does not have a choice. He does not have a choice. Right? I am aware of that today's measures will have consequences on children's education, on the economy, and also on the psychological state of us all, he said. Italy was under a national lockdown from March to May 2020. However, there have been many localized lockdowns in regions across Italy since. So it is very interesting that this is happening now. But I mean, I'm not shocked by this because the UK and Brazilian variants, man, they have been wreaking havoc because we aren't really sure if these variants, right? We're not even sure if these vaccines could even stop these new variants, or there might be a variant that comes along that we just aren't seeing. And how do we know that vaccines are going to be effective against that particular version? We just don't know, man. And you got people out there who are just getting upset. Lockdown, you know, and just not thinking about the bigger picture.